Hi. Good morning. It's Coffee with Kelly. Have your coffee. I'm going to get you guys your whole, wellness model for your day. So when you see this, then you can just go check. Oh, I did it. Checkity check. We're 4. And here we go. You're a checklist person.
Triple threat. Sarah Roberts. Ready. Then he said to them, go into all the world and preach the gospel to the whole creation. Mark 16:15. Set. In the game of basketball, it is well known that the triple threat is the best offensive position to start in before making any move. You are harder to stop in a triple threat because the...
Okay, first, triple threat. Okay, I just have to take this little PT moment, okay? Here we go. This drives me berserkers, okay? I know this isn't part of it, but when you are in a triple threat and you have the ball here, you have still got to lock, even though your arm isn't down here, you have still got to lock in the muscle right here so that when someone comes up to you and takes the ball from you, you say no, okay? Squeeze, activate. I was listening. Oh gosh. Okay, real fast. Quick update. Okay. Guys, I went to the Total Athlete FCA leadership to be a fly on the wall from a man. I call him Rev Kev. Anywho, such a cool experience. And so as a researcher, as me, because that is now what I am. I love it. I love it. I have embodied this whole wellness model and applied it to myself and kind of dug a little bit deeper. And if I didn't know anything, then you would see me kind of back off for a little bit because I'm doing research. I'm finding answers because I'm, to the bigger picture. And it's my own personal journey. But nutshell, I met some really cool people. And I feel God definitely calling me in a direction that I was not seeing. But that's the cool part. You don't have to. You just get to let it rock and roll. Let him do his thing. You just do good. But please think about holding on. You gotta hold on. Hold on to the ball. Just how they say in the triple threat. Hold on to the ball. Get everything locked in. Your brain, your muscles, your soul. Mind, body, soul. It's a thing for a reason.
Defense doesn't know what you're going to do. You have the option to dribble, pass, or shoot, making it difficult for your opponent to anticipate your next move. In becoming a Christ follower, you may find yourself not sure of your next move and asking, where do I go from here? Or where do I start? I would recommend that you ready yourself in the Christ follower's triple threat position by serving others, loving others, and reaching others with the news of Jesus Christ. Much like basketball, if we do the Christian triple threat relentlessly, we will be hard to contain. So what does this look like? It's serving your family by taking out the trash, doing the dishes, or mowing the lawn. It's loving and befriending those in your school that nobody else will talk to and that are picked on and made fun of. It's telling your teammates about Jesus and how much he loves them. We all have the ability to change the world for Christ simply by serving, loving, and telling those around us about the love we ourselves have received from Jesus. This is the ultimate triple threat. Go. How can you better serve your team? In what ways can you show love to those at your school? Write down one person you want to tell about Jesus and pray for the opportunity to share his salvation message with them. Workout. Joshua 1:8-9. Psalm 27:1. John 14:6. Overtime. Lord, you have saved me, and now I want to serve, love, and tell others about you. Guide me, lead me, and give me the boldness I need to make a difference in the name of Jesus. Amen. And he said unto them,
Go ye into all the world, and preach the gospel to every creature.
So true. So true. So true. So true. Okay. And I do believe I'm going to try and talk over that. I think I say it. I've heard it.
Chapter 4. Suffering, pain,
Follow along.
understatement.
Mind, body, soul.
Sister, please, make sure this is seen. I am done. Kate. Pain, a simplistic 4-letter word that can be perceived in so many ways. It is a neurological response, God's magnificent control circuit board that we have inevitably taken advantage of. I wish people understood how intrinsic the neurological system is. A weaving web of perception identified even more with conscious effort. I recall those times we spent on the phone, sharing, laughing, consoling, crying, and confiding. Years of our daily after-work chat that would end sooner than expected. Calls that would result in hours of crying, leading to more research, longing for answers for my sister, further insight into pain management, ACL reconstruction, anorexia, female triad, bilateral leg bolt tears, femoral inversion, congenital hip dysplasia, surgery number 1, 2, 3 at WashU, number 4, 5, Mayo, 6, removal of colon, WTF, I'm trying not to cuss, is going on. Sympathetic nervous system overdrive, address neural signal. My clinical brain would spend years feverishly researching her case after another physician would refer to my sister as mentally unstable, with referral to psych after one clinic visit, searching for unanswered questions. Fuck that.
Oops.
Do not even pretend that you did a thorough chart review. Irrepressible, incessant, ugly, revolting pain. That is all I can experience right now. Not life or hope. My life consists of fluctuation of ice, heat, and pain medication. The idea of ever becoming a physician is lost. I am anguished and indignant fashion. I have never hated myself so horribly. God, please help me, for I am weak and at risk of a suicidal statistic. My life and suffering through this life needs to please stop. Mommy wants me to be happy. I know. My happiness makes her feel better. So maybe for her sake, I can smile and carry on as if I am on my way to recovery. I don't see a light at the end of the tunnel. All I see now is darkness and sadness. Dear Lord, please get me out of this place. I suppose that is what David must have felt like when he was hiding in the cave. He was there for 2 years. Waiting in perfect faith is hard, slow, and sad, especially if there's physical suffering involved. There is no happiness in physical pain. It has been 5 years since I was branded with this circumstance. Consequently, I crave to leave this earth and retreat to heaven where there is no pain. My heart longs for heaven, and this earth makes me tired. I hate it here so bad. I just want out. I pray the Lord will get me out. I still wait in my cave. Year 2. Hooray! I moved back home. Labella didn't make the trip too well, and she was only pissed for about a week. Labella is my bipolar histrionic. histrionic personality disorder cat. She loves me, but seems irritated when people come into her space. I suppose we share that in common. So I go to Kennett, Missouri. Wow, even for me, that was a culture shock. The people are super nice here, but wowzers, does the healthcare suffer. The possibility of a sympathetic nervous system overdrive raises critical questioning regarding the origin and nature of the underlying neural signaling. A thorough investigation into the source and characteristics of this signal is paramount before considering any intervention. To what extent is the sympathetic activation physiological or pathological? Are there identifiable triggers or patterns to this occurrence? What are the downstream effects on various organ systems, and what is the overall impact on the individual's well-being? Ascribing such physiological manifestations solely to physiological factors without comprehensive physiological assessment risks misdiagnosis and inappropriate management. If that didn't make sense, good. This is what my brain feels right now. Pain management. Get a physical therapist talking about pain management in society today. Another day. The pathology, the intricacy of her case. She needed Mayo. Someone please help her. Her pain would eventually lead to the integration of dry needling for me and myself as a clinician. However, this was later in my career path. Frank and Dr. Ma, hats off to you. Neurology, peripheral pathways, neuromuscular control and awareness. So cool. Finally something that connected everything. Duh, it does. But now it was clear. A systematic approach for pain management that actually made sense to me. Let's go. Brought to awareness while searching for any relief possible for my sister, secondary to impacting thousands. Secondarily, impacting thousands. That is really cool. God is good. I am so grateful for HSHS Therapy Care Team. Carrie, you always had our backs. Gail, you pushed me as a clinician, challenging me to think even more outside the box. Ben, you carried my 6 gallons of breast milk through the Texas airport during our advanced dry needling certificate. Enough said. Memorable trip. Lasting relationships. God is good. I forced my eyes shut from the world for so long. Still living, still breathing, still raising a family, still appreciating God's gifts and understanding there is a higher power. Still, that is where I felt. Still. Afraid to move, afraid to speak, afraid to slip up to mom and dad that I knew. I knew what was to come. Fuck the hopelessness. My sister felt in the last days the pain, although familiar. I could never write how she would feel or give my reader my opinion of her pain. I refuse to do this as a clinician, as well requesting my patient to describe what they feel. I know you are in pain. I am here to help with your pain. But our nation's wellness and medical system are deterred away from understanding, describing, and localizing, applying the neural peripheral pathway, wanting me to wave my magic wand, pushing away years of pathology. Killing Kate, the onset, invisible suffering. Here I lay swaddled in misery, unable to see past the bleakness of pain. How can you do this to me? I thought you loved me. I can't hold on. I will die and you will judge me to hell. But hell is experienced every day, God. I am suffering and I can't stand it. The only hope I have is that I will end it soon. That day will be a glorious day. My body will rest, and I will never feel the emotional pain of medical school being taken from me, or hate I feel for myself. I can't take it. Why have you abandoned me, Lord? Are you displeased with me? Why do you displease me so? But Lord, you know the depth of my despair. You understand the longing for death. Your death was expensive. I am trembling with desolation. Where are you, Lord? I need to feel you near. The devil tortures me with lies, envy, and misery. He tricks and deceives and embodies everything that God stands against. He is attacking me physically, and I have no control. Anger, frustration, fury, rage, and a wrath of horribleness are the recipe I cook every day. I eat little food and feed my body with the antecedent concoction. What bewilders me the most is how this is God's will. He can do all things, yet I weep with the drudgery of vagrancy. The cavernous hole in my heart renders me incapable of this life. I hate it here. I hate my body. I hate the day I was conceived, and I know the true happiness will not even touch the tip of my toes if this pain doesn't go away for good. I curse you, devil. I curse you. Leave me alone in the name of Jesus Christ. No matter how much I crave to experience the greatness of life, I am restricted by this painful curse. In the past, my heartbeat represented gladness. Now it beats with distortion. She uses such big words. For so long, my sister would describe, reiterate, recalculate, reassess her discomfort, pain, neural integration of her sympathetic nervous system. I did not care if it sounded the same as the day before, or if it had traveled down to her feet. I did not care that I had to hold my head up high and tell my sister I had her, sweeping the tears from her face. She did lie there, lifeless, in her own bed, in a room she had lived in her whole life. I could only imagine her there, getting off the phone with me the day she told me she was going to take her life, and that she was ready, and it was time. I knew it was coming. She told me Saturday. It happened Tuesday. My sister was very schedule-oriented. I, however, was not. I held on to her secret from Saturday to Tuesday, knowing in my heart it would never be the same, and my life would change forever. As her lifelong teammate I was born to be, I stayed loyal to her side in her final breaths. The impact of holding on to this secret would haunt my subconscious in years to come. Did my parents know I knew? No. This is something I would share with them in time. Everything is in time. So annoying. The imagery of that day is vividly scorched in my core. That day, the day after, the day she died. She had a plan. I made a promise. Chapter 5.
I know it's a lot to take in. I don't. Hi, honey. I'll be right there. Can you shut the door? Shut the door. I know it's a lot to take in. Trust me. I have kept this part from me, from everyone, because I couldn't do it. I couldn't and you'll hear more. But I was 16 weeks pregnant with Rem. Beautiful baby girl. There's a lot that I can talk about. I mean, your girl could go on for a while. There's a lot of shit I've been through. Life is hard. But what I'm learning is my sisters were something that, because this is, 8 years, my goal was just to survive. It was boom, 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 boom. I worked for 5 years trying to get my sister healthy while she was in DO school, and she just trying to push, it was this progressive decline, and we talked like we were so close. We still are. We talk, and it's been challenging for my family all the way around. But what I'm learning and all is, and I knew I wasn't going to live my fullest purpose, live my fullest life, holding on to secrets, a shame, vulnerability, so then you do more research, right? Because I love research. Maryville University, thank you for teaching me research and understanding that is, how the importance of that, because it is answers to questions that we have about this universe, and science does back it up. And I think I needed that. I don't not necessarily didn't when I was younger, but for me to fully get back on hit all of my models in the wellness world, because there's a wellness model and there are multiple categories that you have got to feed individually. I hadn't touched my spiritual for a bit because I was mad. And I was angry and lost, and you just go, right? It was, Kate couldn't get better. Kate, we talked, we tried everything, and then she took her life. Which me just saying that and not crying hysterically or backing up or having my words just shut off. So much growth. Now, is that quantifiable? No, but it's what I feel. And to me, that's good enough. But after that, it was then my parents, no, my family, make sure everyone else is okay. I made a promise, take care of mom and dad. So that was it. Mom and dad was my next step. Mom, dad, pregnant, make sure my baby survive, take care of myself because I'm pregnant. And then life goes on, and then you'll hear more, but it gets hard, and I completely just let this just take over, consume myself with other things to to get my mind off. It was work, consume myself with work, which paid off for sure, but I never really dug deep, and one thing led to another, led to another, led to another, led to another. When I opened my heart to God, what God's plan for me is. Now, is it scary? Yes. 100%. It is terrifying. And for me to say that I am terrified from something, that I am scared, that just letting go, that full, utter ability to just have that freedom, for me, I couldn't understand why I couldn't find it. I didn't understand. Come on. So I researched, blah, 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 blah. Lots of therapists, lots of counseling, lots of, lots throughout those years. And, but no one knew about the suicide. I mean, except family, and no one knew except Mom and Dad and Rusty that I knew, going in. And there's a lot with that. There's a lot that I've had to wrap my head around with that, because I truly, and I, again, I'm so blessed to have my therapy team, my rehab team, that even though I am not a clinician there, or, they're there, and I recall words of even 14 years worth of words with them, and it holds me strong. And I think of all my patients that I've had, holds me strong. I think of my family, my friends, holds me strong. Where did that all come from? You know the answer. But, we've gotten into this state, there's that separation of that spirit feed, we got to feed it. I have had a lot to wrap my brain around in the past 5 months, as I have completely and utterly just been open. And it has been very difficult, but there has been so much that has come from just this past year, just in 1 year. How many people I have met, how many connections I have uncovered, and that to me at this point is so valuable, because connections is what this life is all about. Our connections to others, our connections to, whether it's friends from 10 years ago, whether it's, they always say, that true wholesome, and you can call it friendship, you can call it relationship. I call it a connection, because when you connect with someone, that in itself, it's glorious. When you can just have someone just come to you and just be as free and open and wouldn't say whatever they want. That connection, that is all a bigger plan. You see, I'm seeing these connections are not just, what's the word I'm looking for? Coincidence. No. No. He's watching. All of our loved ones are watching. If you have lost a loved one, I'm dearly sorry. And I will touch on this more when it comes to Chatham Strong, but not quite ready. But no, if you hold your connections, they will get you through. Embrace them. You're not by yourself. Ever. Ever, ever. Take a deep breath in. Because I am learning as I am growing. My children are growing. As I am stepping back, my children are stepping back. Also away from social media, blah, 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 etc. But I don't want my kids to feel isolated, alone. That's what's hard in the tech world, being a parent in this age. See, we didn't have, believe it or not, I can say this, we did not have that in high school and in their age. It's crazy to think that we actually, this is what's funny. I should be done. This is what's funny. Is the fact that kids find it bizarre. They find it bizarre. How am I going to get a hold of him? I don't have his number. Son, he lives right down the road. Just go knock on the door. Just want to come out and play? But we forget about these little things, right? Those are connections. Being able to walk a bag of lettuce over to your neighbor, have your kids do that, that's a connection they're making with an elder to understand that they have purpose too. You know, having them help pick weeds of maybe someone in, you know, that just had, that isn't able to do it, you know, or for some reason, whether they had surgery or whether they had, you know, they just haven't had time, or, you know, they have bigger purposes in life too, you know, and, you know, for my kids to understand that, our purpose on this life is to help others and to help them in our stairwell, because we all rise together. There is a stairwell to eternity, and we earn that through this life. I don't think I fully comprehended that. The choices we make, the actions we have. I think that comes as my frontal lobe has developed, maybe. I don't know. Life experience. But I want you to know I love you. And you've got this today. Whatever you do, rock it. Be proud of it. Hold your head up strong. Know that you can rock whatever you do when you use this. It's actually more here. And this. You can train these all you want. You can, whatever you want to do. But until you use this and this, your progress will be limited. Have a great day.